Today we're going to check out Metallica's most viewed song on YouTube. Of course, I'm talking about Everything Else Matters. I mean, nothing else matters. It's recently reached 1 billion views. So congratulations to Metallica. In honor of that 1 billion views, I'll be drinking some delicious winter lager WAP juice. Now we're going to be watching a live performance of Nothing Else Matters that was recorded recently, just last year in November 2021 in Atlanta, Georgia. It's good to see the boys back out on the road again, spreading the gospel of metal. Now along the way, I'll be making a couple of notes about the music theory that's used in the song, things like the scale, the key, and the chords. So let's check it out. Just Kirk, no one else. Extra points for the sparkly pants. Oh, the crowd recognizes that. Look at that Les Paul he's playing. It's seen some mileage. Nice dark full tone. Okay, I want to make a couple points about that classic intro, right? We're in 6/8 time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're using our pause, no pick. So you got to get used to your fingers on this one. It's kind of like a gateway drug to classical guitar. And I should say we're tuned down a half a step. So it's E flat tuning, but I'm going to talk like it's standard tuning because that makes the most sense. So we're basically in the key of E minor here, which has 1 sharp in this key signature. That's F sharp. That's important to know because now you know what are the wrong notes that you don't want to play, like these. Let me see here. What else? In that intro, right here, listen to that. A minor 6, really interesting sound. And then that goes to the C. D. You're back to the E, and it uses these harmonics that you can lightly press above the frets to get those kind of bell-like sounds. Pretty cool. So listen to that entrance there. We've got James Hetfield coming in, and his tone is brighter, and he's using different voicings. So there's this nice interplay happening between the two parts. Check it out. Okay, this is interesting. Basically what you have is like this descending Aeolian chord progression. So in E minor is the 1 chord, and then D is another chord they're using, and then C. That's very Aeolian. So they do that like a couple times, and then they add like a harmonic minor twist. Right here. So on that B7 chord, we have a raised 7th degree D sharp, and that gives us like an extra sort of tension that needs to be resolved back to the 1 chord.
So close, no matter how far, couldn't be much more from
Some lights.
forever trust in who we are.
Give it to me, Lars.
Never opened myself this way. Life is ours and it always. All these words I don't just say.
There's Robert on bass.
And nothing else matters.
Okay,
Trust us
verse 2.
and I find in you.
Listen to the counterpoint and interplay between James and Kirk. That's a really nice dynamic there. And like I said, they have different tones that kind of match. And if you're recording your own music, that's something to keep in mind. Like if you have multiple guitar parts, try EQing them differently or having different tones on them.
Every day for us new. Open mind for a different view. And nothing else matters. Never care what they do. Never care what they know.
Okay, there we have some new material, right? So what do we got? It's like, that's what it sounds like to me. So you have a C add 9 chord there, and then it goes to like this A sus chord, which I sometimes think that I hear that A major chord on some recordings, but who knows? Here it sounds like this A sus, which is interesting because that's totally ambiguous. It's not making a statement about major or minor, although in my head it feels major. I don't know. You let me know what you think. So we have C add 9 to the A sus to D. So a different sort of sound here for the chorus.
So close, no matter how far.
Back into verse 3.
Heart forever trust in who we are.
Forever.
And nothing else matters.
Now, just as a side note, yes, we know that nothing else matters, but what if everything else matters? It's a question that's irresistible for my fans to ask. And if you want to make nothing else matters, everything else matters, or completely play its opposite, you just have to make it major, right? So if that beginning is an E minor triad, try making it an E major triad. I apologize, James and Lars, for desecrating your track. Sometimes it must be done. Let's continue.
Never care what they do. Never care what they know. 'Cause I know.
You know it, James. Okay, bridge. I apologize. Okay, I want to make another point here about composition. What they're doing is playing the same thing that we've heard before in a different way. And that's really the essence of composition. I have a lot of students that ask me, Well, the Dorian chords are just minor 1 to major 4. What are all the other Dorian chords? That's the wrong question. It's how can you state the Dorian chords in different ways? Stop looking for completely different sounds when you're writing something. Look for different ways to express the same sound. That's the secret. So here, it's like you got the E minor, right? And it's just, that's all a static E minor chord, but climbing up the scale. And then it goes to A minor, which is the same as the intro that we had. And then it goes to C again. Maybe, there'd be different ways you could voice these, right? And then D. And then to that E minor again. And actually, man, if you wanted to make a great chord inversion exercise for yourself and torture yourself, try playing these chords, right? Because they're pretty simple. You got E minor and C and D, and you could just try playing that up the neck, right? There's another C, D, and E minor. Or maybe, you do it, what's another way you could do it? You do it on like the A string here. It's just a way to play, fretboard memorization games. Oh, these are rich. Lots of fun. Give me the blues, Kirk. We live it our way. That's true. Listen to what Kirk's doing here. Cool. Again, just different ways to say the same thing. Man, that's what makes you a good composer. Repetition and development.
Nothing else matters. Never get everything they say. Never get everything they play. Never get what they do. Never get what they know. 'Cause I
I like the overall message of this song. To me, in my own subjective interpretation, James is saying, listen, stay true to yourself and don't let external stimulus influence the way that you think. And in a social media age where everyone's hyper concerned about everyone else's opinion, our fuckometers are 666 through the roof. And to be able to lower that and put on blinders and get some true perspective on your own individual personality is a very valuable thing. A rare solo by James. Great job on that, too. He's using his fingers here. Psst, little sizzle. Lars. And that lager is getting me the belch. And there is Metallica's most viewed song, Nothing Else Matters. Why do you think a song like this gets more views than their other material? Perhaps it's more relatable to the general public. It's not as aggressive. And I mean, just in general, why do you think metal isn't as popular as other styles of music? Just off the top of my head, I would say things like distorted electric guitar is off-putting for most people. Music that's higher energy, like Metallica, is often, I think, gives people sonic indigestion. Interesting question to consider. So if you're a metal band, the question is, if you want to grow, how do you reach people that aren't already fans of the style? Now, if you're interested in going deeper into music theory and learning how to tell what key a song is in or what chords they're playing, what the melodies are, you can check out my music theory course below, or my Patreon page, which is has everything you could ever imagine on the topic of music theory. That's where you get access to all of my YouTube lessons. To be perfectly honest, it's all about making you more than a guitar player. I'm interested in making composers out of you.